Hello everyone, this is Sonicxsam. We're gonna do one of our reaction videos again. I try not to do too many of these, but there's so many good YouTube videos coming out recently that I'm like, oh, I gotta watch these. I always put them on my backlog and never watch them, and I'm like, I might as well watch them with you guys. One big one is a game called Project L. It's pretty much a riot fighting game for League of Legends, and if you don't know, League of Legends is an extremely big competitive mobile game on PC. It's on mobile now as well, but I played the game very competitively for like years. However, I don't really play it much anymore since the game. I find the League of Legends game itself to be awful, full of very toxic players with developers that just don't know what they're doing anymore. So I don't really play it anymore. I pretty much haven't touched it in the last like 8-9 months, I think, at this point, or 6 months. However, I do enjoy the lore of the game and everything, so it would be pretty interesting to see what they go with this. So I haven't seen this, so let's watch. I might have to turn
Hey
this up.
everyone, I'm Tom, executive producer at Project L. And I'm Tony, Project L's technical lead. Last time we talked, I let you in on the secret that we're building a fighting game here at Riot. We showed you a brief glimpse of gameplay and said we'd be going dark for a while, but we'd share more when we're ready. Well, a lot's changed since then. We've made some great progress, and while the game is still too far out to commit to a release date, it's been a bit since you heard from us, so I want to bring you up to speed on what we've been working on.
From the beginning, we knew that we wanted to make a 2D fighter set in the universe of Runeterra. But the 2D fighting space is pretty broad. Even from that starting point, there are
That looks really good. Like, look at that. That looks clean. This is Ari from League of Legends, and she looks sucking dope. She's awesome. Yeah, and they did a really good job on her art here.
But the 2D fighting space is pretty broad. Even from that starting point, there are a ton of different directions we could take the game. After lots of exploration, we're excited to say that we've landed on a direction that we're pretty pumped about. In this quick update, we'll walk you through our high-level approach when it comes to core gameplay, character design, and netcode.
But first, allow me to reintroduce Project L.
Okay. What we got here? Let me show me. Oh, it's a tag fighter. Okay. I thought it was gonna be all like 1v1. Okay. Like Marvel vs. Capcom style. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Project
Nice.
L will be an assist-based fighter. You'll build and pilot a team of 2 different champs. We feel like this is the right foundation to build a game that rewards strategic team building and on-the-fly decision-making on top of strong fighting fundamentals. Our goal is to build a game that delivers a fast-paced, dynamic combat fantasy while leaving plenty of room for you to be creative and express yourself in gameplay. Like a lot of you out there.
I want to say, first of all, this looks like Marvel vs. Capcom style fighting, where it seems like it's more like simplified, but it's tag based still, which is great. I love being able to play multiple characters. I think that's just more fun. Makes it more like it's more about like what the characters can do outside and inside combat, which is really interesting. So this looks awesome so far. This looks really clean. This is a really distinct art style. I can tell the characters instantly, and if this game has a lot of actually big, bright super moves, you want to be able to tell where the characters are really easily. So I like this a lot. I like what this is looking so far.
We're inspired by the insane outplays, hard reads, and 200 IQ plays behind some of the most iconic moments in fighting game history. The dream for us is to deliver a game that allows you to create new iconic moments for many years to come. Now let's talk about controls. I
Okay.
know that a lot of you have strong opinions about mechanical difficulty in fighting games. For Project L, we're embracing the easy-to-learn, hard-to-master mentality. So yes, we are making it easier to jump in with a new character.
I just realized something too here is that some of the name for some of these moves are actually the name of that move is actually the name of that specific move in League of Legends, the same name, which is just a nice little Easter egg. That's pretty cool.
And learn their basic kit. That said, we absolutely believe in rewarding the time you spend going deep on a character and providing opportunities for you to showcase your high-end mastery. One of the delights of fighting games is seeing top players move and fight in a way that's inspiring and distinct from lesser skilled players. We want to set that aspirational summit and build a steadily increasing difficulty curve to get you there. This isn't about building a game where new players have a chance to be the pros. It's about unlocking the fun at all skill levels.
Yes. A lot of video games, especially fighting games in particular, have been trying to make it where you do like you keep pressing one button, you do a full combo and you're special and da 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 da. And the pro players hate that because when they do it, they did it. When they would do combos like that back in the day, it was earned through hard work, you know. Well, now they're making it more easy, like the ceiling lower, you know, just harder to master. So a lot of people didn't like that, especially pros, people like me who put a lot of times into our combos, into specific characters and so on. So and they've been, and a lot of video fighting games have been doing that, and I just can't stand it. I prefer things to be very simplified, but more about having fun rather than being like competitively like, playable for everybody. I don't think that should be what it looked at. I think the game should always be looked at for like having fun, and then from there people will decide how much time they will put in. Because if the game's fun, you will put in time. You know, maybe there'll be some characters that need a lot more time, and a lot of people won't play those characters as much. But since a lot of characters will be more simplified, then that means that everything will be playable and everyone will enjoy it, so people can enjoy all characters. So if anything, yeah, I'm glad they're just gonna make the game for fun, more for the fun factor rather than like, oh, let's be competitive. Let's make sure the casual player can play against the pros and I'm like, no, like no one cares about that. People want to enjoy the game. If it's just competitive people playing your game, there's not that many people. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of like competitive. There's a lot of fighting game. There is a good amount of competitive fighting game players, but not on the same level as a lot of other competitive games, for example. So I'm like, excuse me. So I'm like, okay, well, why don't just go into that? Just don't go into looking for those people only because you're isolating a lot of your player base, especially people if they're going for League of Legends players, because a lot of people play the game casually rather than competitively. So it would probably be a good idea.
Character design, of course,
Oh,
plays
it
a
looks,
big role in this.
it looks good.
Characters, our goal is to deliver on the iconic moves that League champions are known for, but adapt to work in a fighting game.
That looks so
We want
good.
our champs to have powerful, flexible kits that give you the freedom
Dude,
to
the
play
skins in this game are gonna be fucking awesome. That looks so clean.
your character your way. As an example, I'm thrilled to introduce you to Echo, re-envisioned for Project L.
He looks good. He looks sick.
Echo is a punk genius. He's a brilliant inventor who, through time manipulation, can rewind his own mistakes and stay one step ahead of his opponent. The centerpiece of Echo's kit is his Chrono Strike. It's a forward-moving slash that's a pretty good poke and a combo ender. When Echo slashes with Chrono Strike, he generates an after image that he can rewind back to any time in the next few seconds of the match. You can use the rewind to double down on your first slash or make a different choice and branch into a high committal launcher. Echo works just fine as a mid-range zoner, but he really comes online when you take full advantage of the rewind ability. He can vary the timing of the rewind to mix up his opponent or cover for assist attacks made by his teammates. And in the right hands, rewind can also be a strong combo extender.
Oh,
And then
looks
there's
oh,
Timewinder,
it looks
or
so
Timewinder.
good.
Timewinder works great for basic zoning and combos. The real payoff comes when you're able to throw Timewinder from range, giving it a chance to charge up and explode into a time distortion field that slows Echo's opponents for the next few seconds of the match. For both of these moves, our approach is to give you a tool with a clear primary role, but with lots of potential for extra utility when you use it in the right situation.
That's cool.
Now,
That's
while
sick.
gameplay is obviously super important,
Yeah, duh.
high-quality netcode is essential for any great fighting game.
Okay.
So this is
Oh,
an
hold
area
on.
where we're investing big.
Hold on.
I'm going to turn it.
So I wanna. This is something I do want to talk about here. Is that a lot of games have fighting games have really bad netcode. For example, like if you remember when Super Smash Bros came out, the netcode for that originally was just not very good. You could basically not play online, even though it existed. It was just so bad that it wasn't worth it. You know, especially in a game where it's all about really exact button presses. In a fighting game, that's even more. You know, what's it called, probably more than Smashes. So it is very important. You know, so I'm hoping they're gonna explain it better than I will here. But Riot does make a bunch of online games with a bunch of different countries. So I mean, I feel like they probably know netcode probably better than most. Hopefully.
Over to Tony, and he'll walk you through some of our networking foundations.
Netcode has been a top of mind topic in the FGC for the past year, especially since we haven't been able to gather for live events. For Project L, we've designed our entire networking stack to deliver the same highly responsive gameplay that you'd get playing offline. Of course, this starts by using rollback networking at the core. Rollback does a great job of maintaining a consistent, low input delay across a wide range of pings. We've also developed a new networking model that enhances the benefits of rollback with core technology developed by other games at Riot. We'll route network traffic between players through Riot Direct, our internal network already being used to minimize latency in League of Legends and Valorant. We're also actively managing a player's connection to their opponent to ensure a consistent, fair play experience. If their connection is laggy or drops packets, their experience will suffer, but yours won't.
And if someone rage quits in the middle of the match, our netcode will determine who should win and who should be penalized.
Yes,
We're taking netplay
thank you.
very seriously for Project L.
Thank
It's the primary
you.
way that we playtest the game internally, and we're working every day to make sure it's in top shape for the eventual release.
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed this sneak peek at Project L. Before we go, I want to remind you that our game is still in R&D. We're happy with how core combat is shaping up, but there's still a ton of work to do. Thanks so much for your patience while we take our time to make sure that we get this right. So that's all for now. Last time we spoke, Project L went dark afterwards, but this time we'll do our best to keep in touch when we have major news to share. Thanks a lot.
Okay. There's things I want to talk about real fast about this. First of all, it looks like a great fighting game. And if you don't know, League of Legends itself is known to be an extremely toxic game, which is what this game is based off. It's based off the League of Legends world. And it's extremely toxic. It's just not worth playing, and I hate it. And to this day, anytime I play the game, I'm more depressed than anything else because the game is extremely toxic because it's a 5v5 team-based game. And it's extremely toxic, just not worth playing. That's why I don't like to play it anymore at all. But however, I love the characters and I love the lore because there's like so many characters. I think there's almost like 100 characters in that game. It's such a good game in terms of characters. And it is a good game thing as well for a mobile game. Just the community really kills it, but so looking at this, I do play some other League of Legends games. League of Legends has other games, or Riot Games has other games, which is the company that made League of Legends. They have League of Runeterra, which is a League of Legends card game, where it's just a card game with all the and it's just it's not 5v5 or anything. It's just a card game, just in the League of Legends world. And I play that because I still enjoyed, like I said, the world of League of Legends, and well, I guess it would be called Runeterra. But I do not enjoy the original game anymore. I will make a video about why I hate League of Legends in general, and I'll give a bunch of examples because I played League of Legends for like 5 years. I think it was a long time, and just to put it down, you would think, oh, okay, I'm just taking a break, but no, I just want to get it out of my life as much as possible. League of Legends, I mean, but I loved everything else about it. So seeing that my characters I enjoyed a lot might potentially be able to be in this game makes me so happy. I want to see like my favorite characters be in this game as a fighter so I can enjoy it, because Riot's making a lot of new games that are on League of Legends base. I mean, they're making a lot of games that are just not League of Legends but in the same world, and I can't wait. If you don't know, the League of Legends made a new Netflix series called Arcana, and it's really good. It's really good. It's in the League of Legends world and everything, and it's great. It's great, and I'm like, okay, Riot's doing some good things. I'm gonna show you a comment that pretty much explains how I felt here. So hold on, let me get this on screen here. Okay, look at this. Here, I'll move it down for you here. Let me zoom in. We'll put it right here for now. Okay. This little comment I found was literally explained how I felt about this game. Finally, a non-league player can play competitive league without playing league. So what they saying? Someone who doesn't play like League of Legends competitively can now play league without playing League of Legends, because yeah, it truly was a League of Legends without toxic players. But yeah, no, literally, if it wasn't for the League of Legends community, people would actually like the game, and it used to be really popular, and I think it still is. But I think it's doing way better in other countries than it's doing here now. But no, yeah, it's like, this is honestly how I feel. I get to play a type more League somewhat competitively again without having to play League of Legends that I can't stand anymore. Thank God. I can't wait. Thank you for being here, guys. Don't forget to you guys know Riot Games is a big company. I'm not gonna have to support them too much. But yeah, if you hate League of Legends, try their card game. Is actually pretty decent. And then try this when it comes out. I think they also have another game that's out right now on Steam currently that you can probably try as well. So just give Riot's other games a chance because they're going to be decent. Because trust me, the writers for the game didn't make League of Legends. They wrote the stories and they actually really loved their characters. So don't blame those guys. If they're putting those people to make the lore and the stories for some of this other stuff, it's worth giving them a chance to try. And check out the Netflix series. It's actually really good. Like, really good. You need to check it out. Okay, everyone, thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.